Hi traders, this is Steve Miley for FX Explained and our regular weekly MacroWatch update. A recap of last week's major macroeconomic events in here and also an outlook going into the week commencing 25th of November, what we've got coming up on the data, central bank and geopolitical side. Well, geopolitics very much in the spotlight this week as usual. The trade talks between the US and China actually starting the week off on a positive footing in here, positive comments from both sides, but by Tuesday the soundings from both the US and China were more negative. China looking for a rollback on tariffs, whilst President Trump threatened the imposition of further tariffs if a deal faltered. In addition, the market has started to fear that negotiations could be derailed in here by the impact of a bill that has passed through the US Senate over the past week supporting the Hong Kong pro-democracy demonstrations, and that bill due to be signed into law by President Trump this week. So that could potentially put a more negative spin on the trade talks going into the coming weeks. How did this impact markets? Well, markets were down in here from the S&P 500 having hit a new record high. The S&P 500, the Dow, the Nasdaq, new record highs at the beginning of the week. And then from Tuesday onwards, the market's nudging lower in here. And despite a slight rebound going into the end of the week, markets still ending the week down and looking slightly vulnerable to further downside corrections. Bond markets benefited, bond markets were up, and the Japanese yen also strengthening. Also in the US, we've seen the US impeachment inquiry now move into the public domain, with recent testimony more damaging to President Trump. However, financial markets have yet to really be impacted by this to any notable extent. And critically, the Republicans still seem to be supporting the president. And remember, the Republicans are critical for the impeachment process as they hold power in the Senate. Through the middle of last week on Wednesday, we got the FOMC, the Open Market Committee meeting minutes from the Federal Reserve from their last meeting on the end of October. No real massively new information delivered to the market from those meeting minutes, and the market impact was muted, very negligible. Turning our attention to the UK, in here we saw two TV debates between the leaders here, Boris Johnson and Jeremy Corbyn, also with the SNP and the Liberal Democrats involved in one of the debates. No real headway for any political party through those debates. However, we do still see that the Conservatives are pushing ahead in the polls. As you can see in here, in this a poll of polls in here, rolling 7-day average, 13-point lead in here to the Conservatives. In some polls in here, we have the Conservatives with up to a 17-point lead over Labour. Let's now turn our attention to the coming week in here, and kicking off the week we have the German IFO on Monday, Fed Chairman Powell also speaking Monday. Tuesday we get the RBA Governor Lowe speaking, with US consumer confidence on Tuesday. US GDP, durable goods and PCE Wednesday, probably the highlight data of the week. US Thanksgiving holiday comes on Thursday, but we do get German and Japanese CPI, and we also get a holiday shortened session in the US on Friday, but we also get German unemployment, EU unemployment and CPI, and Canadian GDP. I'm going to wish you all a great trading week. Catch us soon on our next Macro Watch, and don't forget to follow us on our YouTube channel. So traders, don't forget to catch us on the next FX Explained Macro Watch and all the great content on fxexplained.co.uk.